Hey, thanks for taking a few minutes to check out Coffee with Brett. My name is Brett Harnett, and I'm the Director of Education. In my job, I get to share my 20 plus years of experience in project management. This video series is actually just one of my projects. I'm creating content at TeamGantt.com for YouTube, for social, doing live classes. There's so much. I really have fun with my job, but I gotta say, this one is probably my favorite project. Also, a little bit of a fun fact about this project, I manage it. I don't just create the content, I actually manage the project. And I do have to say that we've missed one deadline so far. Shh, don't say anything. All right, so today I've got motivation on my mind. And that motivation's coming through this cup of coffee. But, I get a lot of emails from project managers on a fairly often basis. And people ask for advice or they ask questions. And one of the most asked questions that I actually get is, how do I motivate my team? And I get it, it can be really tough to motivate a team, especially because motivation is really a personal thing. I mean, what motivates me to do a good job or even to do a thing at all would probably be very different from what would motivate you as a human or anyone else on your team, right? The thing is, we're talking about project work here. So there should be no motivation to, keep your job. But keeping a team member employed isn't your job as a project manager either. In fact, chances are you're not even part of your team's career management plans, their reviews, or anything else that has to do with managing them. Yet somehow it's your job to motivate your team. Yep, I said it. It's your job. And it's not easy to do. But if you want to deliver the best possible project on time and within budget, it means that you need to fight for productivity. And part of doing that is going to mean that you'll do everything you can to keep your team motivated to deliver. And I'll say it again. This one's not easy to do, especially if you come into some difficult times with your projects. I know it's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you too. I've worked on some projects that take a turn for the worst, or projects that just blow up and the team just wants to walk away. But they can't because we're under a contract or a strict deadline, and we have to stay committed. And honestly, the best thing I've been able to do as a project manager is to just empathize with the sentiment and muster up just enough positivity to put out the project fires, clear the path for the team, and really just do as good a job as possible. Guess what I'm saying here is that motivation starts with you. What I kind of mean by that is that you can model positive, productive behavior. You can stay on top of your project's goals, tasks, constraints, and you can practice consistent, calm communication. And if you do that, you'll show your team that you're not only committed to being productive, just like they should be, but it builds trust and eventually it builds common behavior and routines. So it kind of sounds like another mind trick or like some lame example of like child psychology. But I promise you it's not. It's just hard work, empathy, and commitment. And honestly, it works. Now, of course, it's not going to work for everyone. People are people after all, and we all have our own personal behaviors and beliefs. And you're not in your role to change anyone outright. That is never, ever, ever the intent. In fact, embracing a diverse team with diverse skills, backgrounds, opinions, and beliefs will actually make you a better PM. But you do have to cultivate common team practices and culture. So I want to talk through some really simple ways that you can kind of motivate your team, get the most out of them, and feel good about that culture. So here are some tips to first kind of like help motivate your teams. First, you have to show that you as a PM have empathy for your team. As a project manager, you won't be the one to sit down and create and deliver something aside from your project plan. But that means that, maybe you don't know how it feels to be under the pressure to deliver. I mean, all the time I think about designers I've worked with and the amount of work and pressure the amount of work that they have and the pressure that's put on them to deliver something that's good. And good can be so subjective. So I think, you just have to do your best to understand the task and the person and be realistic about the time and attention that folks need to get work done. Because when you show a level of support, those people will be motivated to help you, to impress you, and really to do a good job by the rest of the team. Now, second, I think you have to read the room. And by that, I mean, you should always be aware of what's happening. If there are channel conversations happening or openly negative comments or behaviors flying around, you need to sniff them out. Because the more that you can get ahead of those issues and work to address them, the more you'll show your commitment to the well-being of not just the project, but to the team as well. After all, no one wants to work in an environment where everyone feels like things are wrong or negative. And you can sometimes turn those things around, or at least address them, right? At the same time, like I've already said, it's important to think about how you personally can model behaviors and encourage the best from your team. In order to do that, you need to trust them. You need to be careful about being heavy-handed with check-ins and taking their time for things like meetings, right? It's most certainly a balance that can be difficult to strike in some situations, but remember, you're all professionals with a lot going on, and you're going to get that work done. So focus on the work that you need to get done, trust your team will do the same, and motivation will go up. At the end of the day, I think if you're positive and show support and don't ask your team to do things that you normally wouldn't do or accept, like an example of that might be delivering something in half the time that it would normally take. If you don't ask them to do those kinds of things, they'll inherently feel encouraged by you to do their best because you've got their back. All right, so I need to stop myself here because I'm talking kind of high level, and I know project managers. I know you want direct tactics. So here are some really quick ones. First, don't micromanage people. Zeroing in on what someone's doing at all times on tasks, on projects, is a negative behavior that kills motivation right away. So take a supporting tone, not a box checking one. Next, all people need space and time to get work done. That means avoid useless meetings. It's a fact that employees waste 3.8 hours a week in useless meetings. Imagine what your team could be doing with that amount of time back on their hands. How awesome would it be to make them feel like they have space and time to get work done and not wasted sitting on a Zoom call or in a meeting? You can make that happen for them because you are the PM and you control the team's calendar. And you know what? Saving them time so that they can get work done is going to motivate them. All right, so the next one is to make space for collaboration on your project. So whether that collaboration be in ideation, in deliverable reviews, or even just collaborative discussions, it's important. If you can engage the team in meaningful ways about the work and get them to collaborate on strategy or deliverables, people are going to get excited. Trust me, whiteboard sessions and brainstorms go a long way here in getting people motivated to just work together. All right, so 3 more things. Don't be a finger pointer, honestly. If someone makes a mistake, just address it without making that person feel bad and move on because you know what? We all make mistakes. Next, be sure that you're setting clear project goals and expectations for how each team will help to meet those goals. Sometimes having a goal stated will make someone motivated to meet that goal. I mean, I know I'm that way. Give me a goal. I want to meet that goal no matter what. So, and I'm that way in and out of work. And maybe your team members are too. Maybe you are. I mean, nobody likes to miss a goal. So get those goals out in the open. Talk about how you can meet them and celebrate them. All right. So I want to round this out. I want to go back to my first point about motivation and how it starts with you. It's the most important thing here, but I want to be sure you know that being genuine is important with everything that I'm talking about in this video. The minute that you fake it is the minute that you lose trust, and honestly, you just look awful. So watch what you say and the tone that you use when you say it. And when you're feeling it, express positivity. On screen right now are some simple phrases you can use to motivate others. So give it a try sometimes. Trust me, it's helpful to be genuinely positive, encouraging to set the tone for your team's success. It is a true motivator, that language thing. All right, so all of that said about being genuine and using language, like some of these things, like they just won't work, right? So when all else fails, I say feed the team, or when things feel down, just gather the team together do some kind of social activity. Even if it's a quick lunch during a busy time, when you can get to connect with people and see that you're all in a similar position, you're connected, you tend to be motivated to help one another. So maybe gathering around a couple of pizzas could help. I know my teams have always loved pizza, or even ice cream or coffee. Try it. So building on that kind of team cohesion will also build practices that lead to, you guessed it, motivation and productivity. And to me, that's PM Nirvana. All right, folks, that's it for this episode. I hope you're enjoying this series. Tell me, what's one thing that you do to motivate teams? Share it in the comments below. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates when new episodes and other videos that we're creating are released. Cheers. Hey!